Okay, let's move it around. Oh, come on. I don't want to do that again. Rotate device. Oh my God. Are you serious? I'm having a hell of a time here. All right. Let's see here. I'll go like this. Was not thinking I was going to go live right now. Okay. But if we're live, we're live. All right. I'm not even ready. Okay. There's that. There's that. Okay. Grab this. Slide open. Skip. All right. Here's this. And this. Let's put this. Chat. Chat. Give me the chat. No, I don't want that. I put it like that. There we go. Okay. Wasn't thinking I was going to be live right now. I screwed up. I hit a button I shouldn't have hit. Okay, there's that. There's that. I've got a hell of a mess. I'll just throw that there. Let me grab this. Let's move that. Put this right here. Go like that. What do we got here? Okay, that works. Cool. Slightly Mad is here. Well, there's only two of us right now. Oh, there was three of us. Okay, some stuff has happened this morning. Well, yeah. Well, I kept on working. Now, it didn't happen this morning. I was up at, what time did I get out of bed? About 5 a.m. this morning. And I've been playing with this all morning and making a huge mess. And then I realized what time it was. And I'm doing something right now that probably be kind of cool to see. You're going to see that a lot of stuff has happened. Not on the layout, but with the tunnel and then the portal that I made. Let's see here. There's only two of us. I was supposed to start this at 2 o'clock. So I hit the wrong button and it just went live like that. So it says 6 minutes. And I just put it up too. It was kind of, spare the moment thing. Let's see here. Is this? Okay. Let's see here. Let's move that like that. Okay. So, what has happened this morning? I gotta move this paint. If I don't move this paint, I'm gonna be regretting it. I'm doing painting right now. Oh my God, where am I putting this crap? Okay, that goes there. All right. Where do I even begin? Okay, so yesterday we left off in what happened was I had covered this in joint compound, the inside. Since then, and we had painted the road surface, right? So the inside was covered with compound, the road surface was painted. Well, since that is all transpired, you can see that I painted the inside of this, added lines to the road surface, cracks, weathering as far as debris on the sides, and I actually threw some lights in there with a couple posts going across, which are kind of floating, but it'll work with what I got going on. The big thing is the opening, and I was playing around with this morning, trying to come up with something, and I went ahead. I gotta watch out. I got paint. I went ahead and scratch built a portal. So I've got myself a kind of Roman style. And what I'm doing right now is I'm painting this. Now this is all made out of polystyrene, except for this is balsa just across the top. I believe that is like 1/8 square dowel that I went ahead and shaped it, through one here above the keystone. But I'll show you the backside. But it's all made out of polystyrene. So, and what this is going to do, it fits perfectly on that opening, and it works pretty cool there too. So that's where I'm at. We got 6 of us watching right now. So yeah, I went ahead and I put lights in it, just on these first 2 beams that go across. I have a third beam in the back, and I haven't done anything with it as far as putting a light on. I didn't want to illuminate it too much in the inside, and I was almost thinking of popping, because I went ahead and put a piece of that black polystyrene on the back side. I was almost thinking about popping 2 holes into this thing and running LEDs like headlights coming in the inside of it. But you know where this thing is located at, I don't think that will ever, I don't think I'll even be able to notice it. So I'm not going to do anything with that. But if this was located in a different area, it would be pretty cool to put like 2 holes back in here with LEDs running through, and it would show like a headlight kind of illuminating with the headlight in there. But not going to do that. Just going to keep it this way with just these 2 lights and whatnot. So that's how this in here actually is sand. So I went ahead and laid down a little bit of beach sand, which is this, a little bit of PVA, and it gives it a pretty cool look. Let's see here if we can, so you kind of get that idea through there. And you can see the cracks and do a little bit of weathering to the surface. So here's that. This is ready to go in, but you need to get this portal finished up and painted. So what I'm doing for this, it's a little bit different style of paint system I'm doing. I'm doing an all wet, so it's a complete wet on wet on wet system, right? And it gives it a pretty cool weathered look when it gets all in there. So what I'm doing is a wash gray, a sienna, a burnt sienna wash, and a black wash. And all I am doing is just getting this put down in here. I'll show you. Get this all set in. And I started doing this and I thought, you know, why don't I just turn on the camera and start showing you guys some of this. I've already gone quite a ways without the camera on, but I don't think you guys wanted to sit on here from 5 a.m. this morning. It's 2 o'clock now, so got a few hours involved in this, right? So let's see here. Let me just get this up to a point right there. Now I'm going to come in with my burnt sienna. And I'm just going to go ahead, I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and hit some of these bricks. And as this brush starts to dissipate as far as the pigment, now I'm going to start kind of brushing the whole entire thing. And this will kind of discolor my bricks a little bit. Go ahead and hit some of that. Okay. That one's real powerful. A little bit more potent than what I wanted. And I'm just going to work these colors like so. Okay. Hit it with a little bit more. And as a wash, it starts to dissipate. Now I got some marker down on this that are showing through. Okay, so there's that. Now I'll let this go a little bit further before I come back to it. Hit the edge. And like I said, this was all done with polystyrene as far as the portal for the tunnel. Got a few hours into this guy. Just hit it like so, get that gray color down. All right, same thing, come back. Just hit some of this burnt sienna. Like so. as this dries, you can see on the underside, as it dries, it'll tone down. So now I'm just going to kind of blend out my colors a little bit. Hit that guy. Okay. Like so. All right, now I'm going to come in with a black wash. And what I'm going to do is just work the seams. And let the water kind of carry it. I'm just hitting my edges. Damn marker. I was hoping it wasn't going to do that. It did. Let's see here. Hit this a little bit more. This will help give a little bit more definition. So just like that. Come in here. Get the edges, kind of get it. Since this is going to be up against the wall, let's give it a little bit of a shadowing. And if you have some bricks that are, I don't know, that's bugging me. I might have to come in later on after this all dries, when it's on, and play around with that. Yeah, I might have to do that. It's one thing about Sharpie, that stuff, man. It's permanent. Okay, so now just keep on moving forward. Like I said earlier, this is all made out of polystyrene. It's just a lot of carving and sanding, and I added some balsa to it for some of the trim work, like this outer edge right here and that little guy above the keystone. give this a coat. Cool thing about doing washes is they go really fast. Okay, so there's that. We'll go back to the sienna. Again, I'm just going to hit a few of these bricks and then work my way out. Oh, that's a strong brick there. Let's get rid of some of that. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to work off of those bricks that I put down with the sienna. And just blend it out. Like so. I'll come in with my black wash. Like that. And then this will give us the kind of the definition of some of this brickwork. Okay, I'm going to let that set up a little bit more up on top. So keep on going forward. Like so. See if we can't get this thing mounted in there. That's the idea. And one thing about washes is work with gravity. So you notice it's laying on its back. I mean, obviously sometimes you can't do that. It's going to be sitting upright, but by doing this, we can allow gravity to take our material and move it around for us. Okay. There's that. Whoop. Get back to burnt sienna. Again, I'm just picking periodic bricks here. And you can see how it's getting less and less as I move around. And then I'm just going to work off this. And move my color. And if you see on the other side of the portal over here where it's starting to dry, you can see how this effect, how it starts to change when it dries. So let me get my hand out of the way here and you can take a look at it. Come on, Boone, get your hand out of the way. Okay. So there you go. You can see over here where it's starting to dry. This is obviously all wet. I mean, this is still wet. It's not too wet. It's actually drying pretty quick. But you can see how that effect is. This is bugging me. There we go, like that. I want one of these to be a little bit strong. There we go. Okay. But like I said, easy way to paint. Gives you a lot of bang for the buck. And say up in here, okay, let me show you. So I hit it with this wash. And you're looking at it and you're like, man, cool thing about wash is that we can just come back up. Maybe give it a little bit more color up here. So now we'll come back in with the black. Hit some of the stuff. You notice I'm not going all over the place with the black wash. I'm more or less just concentrating on the seams. And allowing it to work its magic for me. A little bit stronger. Get this down on the edge. And if you're wondering how to make portals, I do have a video out where I made the portals for the mountain. So I show kind of the process that I do. I show the process how I made that one portal. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Now I just want to hit this. I want to drag this edge. Just hit lightly. I'm using this to kind of shadow. Just like so. this over here. Concentrate, get down. There we go. That's a stronger black there. Yeah, that looks good. I'll hit this. Once I get done with this portion, I need to do a little bit of soldering to those wires for the lights on the tunnel. And then I'll hit this with the heat gun to flash it off a little bit, see if there's anything else I want to do to it. Before we stick it up on the layout. Okay. Come in with the sienna. Now we'll come in with our black. So I'm going to turn this up. And I don't know if I'm going to hit this. Oh, I probably will. I'll end up hitting it with a white dry brush, but I will probably wait until I finish the scenery around this thing, because I'm sure going to have some touch-ups. I'd be surprised if I didn't have any touch-ups. Let's just do a little. Oomph there. Now I did the inside prior to turning on the camera. And I'm just going to come in and hit this a little bit more. Certain areas. Cool thing is we can make this kind of look like moisture, where it's bleeding through the bricks. If I hit it that way, come across, and then I'm just going to come downward. Just a light touch. There. And then it kind of makes it look like a little bit of moisture coming off those bricks. Same thing over here. Let's hit this a little bit more. rule it out a little bit. All right, that works. I'll do a little bit. You'll probably never be able to see this area up in here, but oh man. Streak it. There we go. Do the same thing over here. Streak it down. There, that looks a lot better. Like I said, not happy with those Sharpie marks. Oh, I wish I would have. That's okay. I can always come in and fix it. But it's getting there. Looks pretty good. On that, yeah, that'll look good. Okay, let me get rid of this paint before I make a mess. Paint away. I need solder. All right. Soldering iron. Is that here? Like I said, I got a huge mess. Okay. Ooh.
Are you done?
What?
Are you done?
Nope.
Here.
Thank you, Mama.
Yep.
Let me get my soldering iron plugged in. What plug-in am I going to use? That's. I can unplug that. Alright. There we go. Turn on this. Yeah, it's starting to come around. Put that out here. Now we'll grab this. Okay. I'm going to take a bite. Right. There's that. Flux. Solder. Wire. I trimmed this out earlier. Forgetting about something. It's pretty skinny stuff. shrink wrap. Scissor. All right, now, where was I? Open this up a little bit. The soldering of these wires. Okay. There's that one. This one in. Oh, it's been a long day. Come on. Okay, there's that. Now, I have to figure this all out so I don't screw up. See if we can utilize one of these slices I put into it yesterday. Yeah, we do that. I was having a hard time with these posts. It's going to take a little bit of manipulating once we get it in the hole. Okay, I need duct tape. Where did I put? All right. Let's get our soldering iron out of the way. What was I doing? Oh yeah, duct tape. That's right. I'll be right back. I gotta go, yeah, get duct tape. Duct tape. Okay. All right, now bring this. Yeah, we got some real science going on here, boys and girls. All right, there's duct tape for the wire. I don't want this wire loose. Because of how it's attached to those beams. All right, so that's ready to go in now. So how many of us? Okay, there's 15 of us. Okay, so when I'm going to do a little bit of a recap. And yesterday we went through and I showed you guys what I was thinking as far as the tunnel on this Targa Florio corner. And we went ahead and I went ahead and I made this corner section for the tunnel that's going to go on the underside of the layout. And it's just for aesthetic to kind of tie certain things in. There was never a tunnel in this section, but in order to kind of make it flow with the road that I'm putting in, I opted to go ahead and use some artistic liberties and put a tunnel in. So yesterday we went ahead and pretty much roughed in the tunnel, painted the road surface. I carved the polystyrene, put the walls in, and how we left it was the inside had joint compound and the road surface was painted. Okay, so it had the base down as far as paint. Now, and like I explained earlier, I've been up since I was out here at 5 a.m. this morning, started working on this. So what I've got to this point now is the inside, the rock is all painted on the inside. I went ahead and put in some beams across the way and did some LED lights with kind of a soft white, kind of an amber style white, so we can get some, illumination on the inside of this. And then I went ahead and laid in my fog lines on both sides of the road, put in some sand around the edges for debris, and that, kind of trims it off nicely. Weathered the road a little bit with some satin black and did kind of a dry brush effect with that. And then went ahead and did some cracking, okay, on the asphalt. And I just went ahead and used a Sharpie and just drew in some cracks down there on the base, which gives it just that little extra bit of realism for it. So this is all set. You just saw me go ahead and solder in these lights. We got that. Oh, one other thing is I went ahead and put a piece of that black polystyrene on the back wall. And I was sitting here staring at it, and if I got to the right angle, I could see light at the end. So I figure I'd just go ahead and put that down, and that'll help as far as shadowing, keeping it dark in the inside, and then won't have any light contamination coming in from the backside. I was thinking of actually taking two LEDs, little bulbs, and putting them through here, drilling 2 holes and putting them in the back side of this down here to look like headlights. And I thought, that would be kind of cool. They look like you light them up. You wouldn't see the lights per se, but you would see them illuminating in the inside. At some point, I've got to say stop because where this is located at, I doubt that I'd even be able to really notice that. So, but if you got, I mean, it's kind of a cool idea. If you're making a dummy tunnel, it would be kind of cool if you took 2 LEDs, put them back here, and then that would kind of show, kind of illuminating in the inside of the tunnel, kind of looking like there's a car that's about ready to come around the crest of the corner. But let me go ahead and I'm going to put this over here. So there's the inside of the tunnel. I'm going to put this back over here till we're ready for it. And then I'm going to grab this. Let's move that. And we have our portal set up here. So I'm going to grab the heat gun. And I'm going to speed up the drying process. Okay, so this is flashing it off. And I just want to get it dry enough that I can handle it and get it mounted. Let's see what we got here. And like I said earlier, I'm not going to hit this with a white dry brush yet. I'm going to wait till I get the the wall done, the other scenery. Because I'm sure I'm going to have some touch-ups I'm going to have to do. And if I do a white dry brush on this, it's a little bit hard when you come in and trying to do touch-ups because it can make it look muddy. I don't want it to look muddy. And then that damn Sharpie. I know better than that too. Yeah, this is getting nice and dry. There we go. Okay. There's that. Oh, my back. Yeah, that looks okay. And like I said, this is all made out of polystyrene. So it's all polystyrene. I went ahead and sanded down to make kind of a beveled, if you look at it, a beveled surface. I kissed this down a little bit. I used 36 grit, real aggressive sandpaper. And by doing that, it created a really cool texture to my surface for those bricks. And then the bricks themselves were all done with just with a razor knife. And I just cut those, worked on them a little bit, kind of spread them apart. Took joint compound, watered down joint compound. So not thick, real watery. Hence why I've got bleed through of that Sharpie. So then I could get it down and kind of work down into the cracks. And then I came back through it while the joint compound was still wet. And I took my razor knife and then reworked these seams and kind of pulled them apart so that you can see some of the bricks, how they've got a little bit of more of a weathering. So down in here, kind of push it around, stuff like that, open it up, kind of, give it some character, manipulate it. So I went ahead and went through all that, and then you guys saw the paint process of all the wash process as far as painting. If you look at it, I don't know, how's it look on camera, but yeah, it's kind of cool. And I'm just using those three colors. I'm using a gray, a burnt sienna, and then a black wash. They're all wash. They're all washes. But and then when they bleed together, they start to create, different tones and stuff like that. So cool way of doing it. Really easy, and it gives you some nice effects minus Sharpie marks. Those are really getting on my nerves. Can you tell? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I got to get stuff set up in the middle of the layout so we can mount this. So I'm going to take these. Let's see here. So up you go. All right. Walking up here. Let's move this down. There. Okay. Now, we gather our things. Oh. Okay, there's this. hot glue. I gotta plug that in. All right. Tablet. Oh.
Here. I just talked to her right now. So, so I'm gonna, so that's what we have left. So,
So what's in there? So do what we need to do, okay?
yeah, and then also, this is the other thing real quick, that I'm out of your life,
All right. What you got?
sorry. No, that's the phone, that's what we owe for this month, then this month, and then this is what I'm gonna see about for,
Okay.
alright.
Okay. All right, there's that. Here is this. Okay. I don't know if I should. I need some glue that's going to be slow. So I'm going to go get some PVA. I'll be right back. There's that. Nope, I have. Okay, where's that PVA? There's the PVA. All right. So I'm opting to go ahead and use PVA on the bottom of this, because hot glue is going to be too much of a pain in the butt. I want to grab and dry too fast, and I might need to have this thing wet so I can move it, so I can position it correctly. All right. So this as a loop. I'm putting it as a loop so that when it goes through there, I can take like a coat hanger or something and grab a hold of this and drag it out. Let's see here. see the. Wonder if I can show you. Show you what I'm contending with on the underside of this. Okay, so let me get a flashlight. You guys are gonna get a kick out of this. I'll be right back. All right, flashlight. Why I have the flashlight? So, first off, let me brush that. So, when Deception was in Washington State, this part of the layout was different, but it still lives. There's still all that scenery up underneath this. That's still there from before. Kind of funny. Let's see. Just thought I'd share that with you. Whoops. Oh, come on. Got this new phone, and it's a lot bigger than my old phone. So use my hand in front of the lens, you guys. Okay, there we go. I think. Let's see here. Oh my God. I gotta reconfigure this again. There we go. There's that. Oh. There. That works, right? That works. Okay. So, went through all that trouble to show you guys that. All right, now, where's my PVA? There's my PVA. Where's my brush? There's my brush. Okay, so now I got to get this glued at the bottom. This has got to go be the easiest way. No, I can't go that way. Oh, don't do that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to go straight back. I can't go that way. I didn't even think about that. I can't go that way. It's going to go straight back. Like that. This has got to be bent like so. Let's put this on its back. All right. I'm asking for problems. Glad I put the rag down. I already dripped on it. know if this was a wise idea. Let's put that over there. Okay. There. That's not under it. Pull that back. Up. There. And I can blend that seam later. So there's that portion of it. We're going to put that over here. But I didn't even plug in that for a heat gun. Hot glue. Okay, we're on. We're on. All right, let's move that. Portal. Where's the portal? Okay. There's the portal. And we gotta get that there. The way that'll work. Yeah, I'll have to get creative with gluing it in. That should work. That's there. You know what? I'm probably going to have to... I mean, I'm going to do it like that. This way. All right, let's get this. I'm going to go ahead and glue that guy in first, and then we'll have to do some filler on the side. Like the space up on top, a lot bigger space than originally had. Why do I have a space? Might have to get some spray foam. Unless I just say screw it, I might do that. What if we just push this back? Yep, I'm gonna do that. Easier to push it back and fix this gap. I'm gonna have to blend this anyway, so easier to do that. Yep. Okay. So now, no time like the present. And I got hot glue across that. Making a hot glue mess. I love hot glue strings. Strings of hot glue. All right. That's gotta be like that. Gotta rotate it in. There. Ooh, don't do that. Just hold it in place. That's there. Now what we need to do is figure out the edge of this. Go there. I'm in your guys' way. I'm sorry. Why didn't somebody say something? Okay. How's this look? That's much better. I'm sorry, you guys. My fat butt in front of you guys. Okay. So there's that. Okay. That dude in. I gotta remember, I have that building. If I bring it all the way to the roof line. How do I want to do that? I don't know. think that's about. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I have a building that's going right in this area, and I can build it all the way back to the wall. So I really don't think I need to worry about the gaps over here, because that'll never be seen. It's going to be covered up by a building. That side, eventually I'm going to have to do something with this back area in there. I'll show you. So this area in here, I'm going to have a building, you know, in this, that. It's like a good place for spray foam. And then I can make kind of an embankment, put some grass in there, maybe some trees on the back side of it, happy trees. So that should work. But let's take a look at this tunnel now that we got it in there. So it's pretty dark without the light. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to wire that thing in yet or not. It's underneath there. God knows how long it'd take me to figure out where it's at. Let me get my flashlight. Come on. There. And if we look, oh, that makes it bright, doesn't it? If I kind of filter it a little bit. That'll work. And then once those lights are on, they'll illuminate it. It should work. Definitely work. So now we got that. That's pretty much what I wanted to get done today. Next thing, I think the next area to attack. Oh boy. I got to figure out these buildings. I got to figure out this building. Once I get that built, then I can complete that wall, this area through here, which is the embankment. So it's kind of hard to see when everything's white. But there's that. This is going to be a rock face along there. And then that's like a dirt hill that goes up. The building, the second floor is like right up into here. You have windows up in this area. So then I can finish this, can bring it, blend this into there, and then that area up there all needs to be done. I need to redo this, that, blend it into here. Yeah, so there's still plenty to do. So I think the next round of attack is going to be this building. Yep. I think that's going to be it. And then once that's figured out, I can get... Yeah, because these buildings aren't going to be up against. When you look at... I found a couple photos of this street, and there was like a big tree that was down just a little bit. And I thought, you know, it'd be kind of cool if I go... Here, let's use this. So so say this is the last building. Say it's right there. I could put a tree. Let me grab a tree. Here, let's grab a tree. I got a tree. Happy tree. Okay. Put a tree down in here. Like that. And that would look cool. Up against the portal. With the tree right in there. With all those buildings. So it's kind of what I was thinking. Here, let's just plant. Here, we'll plant a tree right there right now. So, yeah. That's kind of the idea. I think that'll work. So, I think we've done enough damage. We got the portal in there, so that looks better. We got our tunnel. So now we have that area done. We can start working on these other areas. So okay, let's see here. Let's flip it around. Hi guys. So there, we've got the portal in there, we've got the tunnel. Kind of give you an idea as far as line of attack goes in that back area. But I really think I need to make that building. And once I get that building built, or at least roughed in, if I get it roughed in, it won't take nothing to rough that in. Yeah, then we can finish off the rest of the scenery in that corner. Or at least get it somewhat finalized, pretty close. So what I will do, I gotta go to work for the next 3 days at work. So next week, since we're on a roll, we want to keep this roll going. The next behind the curtain will be scratch building that building. At least getting it so we can start fabbing up and kind of get a line of attack as far as this back wall, how that's going to work, how the roof's going to work. And yeah, I think that's a good idea. We'll get that all going that way. So yeah. So we got that in there. So at least I got something completed, right? So we'll do that. So that sounds like a good, yeah, that's good idea of attack. So next week we'll start concentrating on the scratch build of that building, and we're not going to finalize anything. We'll just get that scratch built as far as roughed in. And then we can start figuring out the cliff wall and get that squared away. Once that's squared away, I can get joint compound down onto it, and then it's just a matter of painting the joint compound and just moving on with scenery. So that's what we'll do. So next week on Behind the Curtain, we're going to go ahead and scratch build, and we're going to try to finalize cutting foam, and we're going to make some rocks, and we're going to make some cliffs, and yeah, we're going to make even a bigger mess than what I have right now, which is a pretty damn big mess. So I think that's a good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and get going now. Yeah, you guys don't want to do what I got to do next. Oh, so I have a above ground pool, and I had a cover on it, and we had some pretty good storms come through, and the cover, instead of going out, went inside, filled up with water. I had to dredge the water out, but now I've got to jump into a pool that it was 33 degrees this morning. So I'm sure that pool is pretty damn cold. I think we're up to like 60 degrees right now. And I gotta fix that. So I need to get that done before it gets any later and starts to cool off, where I'll be in real big big trouble. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then what we'll do is we'll pick this all up this next week. Probably maybe Tuesday, maybe Monday. I have Patreon next week with Zoom on Wednesday. So Wednesday's not going to work. So we'll probably try to do this again Monday or Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday is what we're going to shoot for. All right. So until then, I'm glad that everybody stopped by. We got the portal in, we got the tunnel in. Next week, we'll keep on hammering away on it. All right. So I'll see you guys later, and have a good weekend, guys. Bye.